All right, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about how to find shows, like card shows and TCG player events and stuff like that. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so this is what I do whenever I'm looking for a show. So I live here on the East Coast, so you're generally looking for, you can, other than stating the obvious and like going on to like Google and open up a new browser and going, how to find card shows near me or whatever. So you get all this stuff and you end up going through like the Reddit forums and all this stuff. And have not been able to find good luck. And other than like the big ones, like, Collecticon here, that's more like kind of like statewide. The best thing that I've found is you could do this. You can go to, I'll leave the links in the description so you can find them. There's a website here, Sports Collectors Digest. So basically you go to the website, follow the link in the description. Let's say here where you live. Let's say I live in North Carolina. Boom, click North Carolina, and it's got a list of all the shows that they have listed. And I know a lot of this is like sports cards related, but generally when there's sports cards, most of these places, they have like Pokemon cards there, and then like toys or whatever else, So let's just say I want to go to this place here. And I just look up their website right here. A lot of these places will have websites like Sports Wax, Inside Pitch, Tidewater, stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and say I want to go to the January 26th show, and you just kind of follow their website here. So let's say I'm going to go to Tidewater, and it's like they have other shows. So as you can see, I get all this stuff, and then usually they'll have like a calendar and everything listed here. And of course, this varies with area. So these are the ones that I know from the East Coast, the ones that I go to. And then, a lot of other big YouTubers like Coop, he does a lot with Tidewater. And then here's another one that's close by. That's in the Western North Carolina. And you just kind of scroll down. I'll leave links in the description for all these things. So, and they'll have like a pretty general schedule of when and where things are. So let's say, okay, cool. Right down here, looks Columbia, South Carolina, October 18th. And then, unfortunately, the reality is for most people is that you're gonna have to travel a good bit. Another thing you can do, join like forums, and here's another place here that has like a list of all sorts of shows throughout the states. And if you join this group here, Card Show Finder, and I'll leave a link to, and then you can go to like their event page, you're gonna have to do a lot of research, unfortunately, because a lot of these shows, it's like they throw up a couple flyers in like a mall, and it's like that's it, and everything else is all word of mouth. And it's just very unfortunate because I get asked all the time, where are these shows? How do you find these shows? I just showed up today and I had no idea this was going on. So that happens like about at least 80% of the time I get asked, and it's very unfortunate. But yeah, moving on. So yeah, this is another website you can go to, the Facebook page group. And then I have another one here. It's kind of the same thing. It's not as reliable, but I'll throw it up anyways. Let's say I like, it really just depends on how far you're willing to travel, or you even just, not to become like a daily planner for you, whatever, but say, hey, I'm going to Florida sometime in February. And then it's like, okay, let's see, where am I going? And it's like, you see a couple here in February, and then, you just kind of time it out. So it's really just like, don't limit yourself to like, well, I'm only willing to drive 20, 30 minutes, because it's like, that is highly unlikely. That is, you're going to find something. But yeah, so, you get the idea here. So yeah, these two sites are probably the best as far as like finding the most popular ones, other than like, Collecticons and just like the big name ones. But once you find a lot of these places that you're willing to go to, just open up like a notes tab, and then just have like a list of like places that you may or may want to go, and just have it all right here. And then just make sure you have like the name, the date, and obviously the place. And this is like, these are all my next upcoming shows. And that way I can kind of just like do one big search and then just kind of set and forget it. And then just kind of check periodically, or any other places like that are coming nearby. Because, some of these places, they'll pop up like one weekend. So it's always best to just kind of keep an eye out. And hopefully that's something I can try to start doing, maybe maybe do like a weekly or monthly video of just showing each state like a show for that upcoming weekend. So that way I can, I can do all the heavy lifting for you and do all the research. So yep, that is pretty much it. So if you are in the Western North Carolina area or on the East Coast, these are some pretty good ones here. Inside Pitch is good. And even if you want to become a vendor, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is like, most places will have like a vendors tab, and it's like, hey, call, and it's pretty much as simple as that. And then they'll update the website Not everybody, but a lot of times they will. And it'll show like how much the table costs, and then it just, you know, it gives you all the information. All the good websites will do that. So these are why I use these guys pretty frequently. Just a nice clean website where it shows everything plain and simple. You get the early bird special and then the regular table. So boom, boom, boom. Very nice and easy. So once you find like a group of people and you just kind of just keep in touch with them and just keep an eye on them. So yeah, simple websites like this just make it very easy for people to buy tickets and to know when the dates are for the show. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's really not much else to say other than just maybe try to find some other group forums, and just it's mostly just word of mouth with a lot of these places. But yeah, let me know in the comment section if there's a show coming near you, and I can maybe do another video talking about like just doing like an updated like upcoming weekly shows in your area, and just do maybe one for each state, or maybe hitting off all the popular ones. All right, so that's pretty much it. Well, till next time.